Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Same process as ever with mics on either side. You raise your hands. Let us know if you'd like to ask a question. We'll come to as many of you as we can. Set an embargo partway through for 10:30 this evening. Sam?
Hi, Pep. Last season, you obviously got off to such a brilliant start in the game. I wouldn't have thought you expect that to happen again. But how important in matches like this is the way you start?
And the way we finish. The game is 95, 96 minutes, and every minute. Of course, when you start well and you can score first, always is important. But this type of finals against teams like United, because United is always United, and of course in the Premier League we have been better than them, we are more consistent than them. But in one game, especially United this season against top six, important games, always perform well. So, and we spoke, the players feel it, the players know it, that will be completely different game than the fact the distance on the Premier League, that's for sure.
Do you think the fact that they're under so much pressure and under so much scrutiny, is that something you can take an advantage of? Because that...
Sometimes it's advantage, sometimes disadvantage, sometimes feel under pressure you perform better. Sometimes when being the 1 week ago champions of the Premier League can give you an extra for the confidence, or maybe can give you completely opposite, to be too much relaxed or too much. So you never know. Important is tomorrow at 3 p.m. be ready, and this is the point.
You created one piece of English football history last week by winning 4 titles in a row. No side has ever done the double in 2 successive seasons. Is that equally as important? Because I know the league is the big thing, but winning the biggest trophies in England, is that an important thing for you?
Well, at the end we play with the FA Cup, and the fact that we can do back-to-back doubles, of course, is important, but even we would not have this chance to do these kind of things. FA Cup for itself is FA Cup. So Wembley, all our fans going down to London, always is, players know it's the last game of the season, the last effort, so we travel everyone. I'm impressed how good we trained these 3 days after a few days off, and the people is, I think, so focused, and everybody won't be part of that, involved, and we will do our best. That's for sure. Try to decide a few things. I have doubts, and especially in line-up, and go.
Yeah, hi Pep. Obviously, it's unusual to see the same 2 teams in the final again in the second successive year. This opportunity for revenge United have got, how big a factor do you think that could be?
No, football is, never happened before in all history, and in 2 years is 2 times in a row. We respect a lot United. Always have been like that since I arrived, and for the history, in the last decade we have been better. But in terms of history, it's the best team in England. So just for that, you have to of course respect them massively. What they feel, I don't know, because I'm not there.
Erik ten Hag's had his challenges this season. How good a job do you feel he's done?
So, in the big clubs like United City, when you don't win, always you are in trouble. So it's not secrets. And I'm telling you this, when we have done what we have done, I would be in trouble if we don't win. So this is not a big issue. So I've done very, very good things, and have a huge respect for his job in the past, now in United. And I completely agree when I listen to him to say that they were not full squad. They were not all squad ready all the season. Had a lot of injuries. They should think the reason why, and I think this is the most important thing. They have to think about it, because even in my case, always I'm focused on that. So you have to be fit. Otherwise, you cannot use the players, and they have a lot of problems. And when that happened, the manager suffered a lot, because the squad I think, is really good. The problem when you're injured, you cannot use them, and this is a big disadvantage.
And apart from Ederson, have you got all your squad available?
Yeah.
Please, Andy.
Hi, Pep. Just kind of going on from the history element of that and talking about the 4 titles, the double-double. I just wonder, for you personally, since you've been here, you have done things that no one else has done before. You've written new records. I just wonder how much of a motivation is that for you to write these records, to make these achievements?
Tomorrow game?
Yeah, to do. I think more generally, because doing the double-double would be something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
I mean, English football goes back 100, 120 years.
Good. If the history gives us the chance to be in front of something not done before, why don't try it? But maybe it's an extra motivation for the players that didn't speak about this subject specifically to them. But if we played, like I said to him, we played just for the win, the trophy. It's enough. So, but yeah, once again, I said before a month ago when I said not any team have done 4 in a row because it's difficult. When any team have done back-to-back Premier League, FA Cups, because it's not easy. So once we are here, we're going to go to London to perform well. It's again the same routine, and of course it's not forgotten. You know that the Premier League always during 1 year we defend our crown for all England until the next May or June the next season we'll be the champion. But at the same time, what's next? The people take a shower, on to next. And next is Saturday FA Cup semi-final, and this is the mindset what we have to do, because the big teams show that. So we're happy, satisfied, but what's next? Next is this challenge. Okay, go for it with all we have. We will see what happens. If I want to be beaten because they were better, not because we were not who we are. This is the always we spoke for many years about this subject. So respect the opponents, cannot be differently, but focus in our performance, who we are. This is the most important.
Can I ask you about the breaking news today about Xavi? Just before you came in the press conference, it's been announced by Barcelona that he's going to be leaving at the club. I wondered if you could give us your reaction to that.
Well, what could I say? So it's always is not good news, because it didn't work when that happened, when in one club second the manager something wrong, but the reasons what happened, I don't know, so I cannot give an opinion. Maybe when I go in Barcelona and talk with some people there, maybe I will know it, but now I will know it.
Just funny, does it show how difficult your job is? I mean, you said before, you sit here, and if you didn't win trophies, you wouldn't be here. But this summer, we have lots of big clubs right around Europe, some of the very biggest who maybe aren't. Not everyone can win trophies, of course, but we've got lots of managers leaving posts. There's a lot. It feels like there's a lot of turmoil.
You're right. You're right. We spoke today in the breakfast. It's true. Normally it's move a lot, transfer, for players, but so that means we are exposed. So in our job, you have to win. Otherwise, you are in danger position. Whatever club, no matter your trajectory, no matter it's new or old, or you have to win. Or do a good job and be good with many things. Otherwise it happens, unfortunately. But the people have to understand they just win once. So just once. So all of the other ones are failures? I don't think so, honestly. I don't think so. But we are educated, just the one who have the right. And I'm not agree with that. It doesn't matter what happened this season. So I would not feel a failure. I would not win the Premier League. I would not feel that, And I think Arsenal don't feel that because they perform incredibly. So, but it's what it is. Our job is what it is. If you don't accept that, it's better don't do that job and dedicate on focus on another type of business.
So do one each for Fred and Richard to fit you both in.
Hi, Pep. Your history of facing United goes back to that Champions League final in Rome 2009. Do you sense that comparing now to that time, United have the same size, the fear factor for the opponent?
Respect is there. You cannot compare for example, the team, my first Premier League, then our first Premier League, then the last Premier League. So I will not undermine for 1 second in this press conference or from my mindset what United is now. Comparing that period was Sir Alex Ferguson, and now is unfair for Steric, for all the players that are there. So our team is here, and maybe tomorrow will be different, next season will be different. If we are the same team, the same players, same manager, it can be differently. So nothing is eternal, you know, and there are periods in all history. When you make the long history, always there are periods. So I always said, enjoy that moment, because this is going to happen for the next, I don't know how many years. So City will be here, and United will be up, and Liverpool, I don't know, and Arsenal at the end is there, it will be up. So that is normal. It's what our duty is, try to sustain it as longer as possible, as much as possible in this period. But so see, in the football players or basketball player, tennis player, who is the best? Who's the best? Every generation has his own period, has his own player. It's now enjoy the moment and sustain it as long as possible, and I'm pretty sure United will work to come up again. It's simple. But in that moment we faced United, in that with Sir Alex, with the 2 final Champions League. They were an unbelievable team, an unbelievable team. But Barcelona was in that time always an incredible team.
Hi Pep, just wanted to ask, have you been surprised about how bad United have been this season? They've had record 14 Premier League defeats, their lowest finish in the Premier League era.
I'm not there. I'm pretty sure they know the reason why. One, for me, from outside, the reason why is a lot of injuries. And when that happens, it's more difficult. But the rest, I'm not there. So I'm not there. Always expect, you know, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, ourselves, Tottenham with new manager, and look now, Newcastle last season, Aston Villa this season, and always you expect the best. But the reason why, don't ask me, because I'm not there. It will be unfair for all of them to make a judgment from outside. I don't know.
Just Andoni Iraola said earlier this season that Man United are a bit like Real Madrid. You can be playing against them, you can be doing really well, and then suddenly, in a flash, they score and you're behind. Do you think that's the right comparison? They still have that fear factor despite everything.
Well, Madrid is Real Madrid. In that moment, compared to them, it's difficult, but you are right. So they have the runners, the action from brilliant players they have up front with Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund, or of course Bruno Fernandes. That everything happened when he has the ball. Everything happened. The influence on Bruno in the team it's outstanding, unbelievable. So today I saw, yesterday, a few games, last games, and always I said, this guy is something. So creativity is one of the best I've ever seen. So, and they have experience and everything. My judgment is that we're consistent for a lack of problems with to make a line up. You know, if I lose a lot of central defenders, I will be in trouble. So I think this is the reality.